So, welcome to July's Universal Grounding, where we're meeting in a sacred space of gathering. This is 0 point energy. It is the energy of pure possibility. It is a quantum field where we're accessing sacred or quantum alchemy to help transform, to transfigure, to clear old patterns that no longer serve you, to open up space for your potential. And and that's how we're manifesting creation. When you can create from a place of joy, from a place of belief, from a place of trust and safety and protection, your intentions manifest. In fact, intentions manifest instantly from a humble, surrendered space of listening. But we all have egos. They can even be transferred, I know, holding up my hand here, to your spirituality. So when we are in a place of authenticity, then it is present, it is humble, we live in integrity, and we embody that authenticity. We live it out in our lives day to day. So welcome, 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 and we're being welcomed right back. Again, there's a lot of joy, a lot of enthusiasm for Divine Mothers are here, Mother Earth, and the Inter I work with. She's in every single session I do, whether it's a house clearing, personal healing, or these online groups. And so she's coming into your system from your crown into your heart on a count of 3, 2, 1. And she just slides in like a smile starting on your face. She comes in to illuminate beauty within. That's her archetype. But sometimes to illuminate the beauty within, what does she have to do? She has to clear the shadows. So she's an amazing guide in this session. She'll be with you all session long. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to physicalize the sound of divine within our bodies. So we're going to chant the sound of Om 3 times. And the sound of Om is the sound of the divine. The sound of the divine is wonderful for the nervous system, for the vagus nerve. So we're taking 3 deep breaths in, and on the out breath, an elongated sound of Om. So first breath in. Second breath in. And the third breath in. Wonderful. To me, it really deepens the sense of stillness. When you're in a place of unified awareness, there is a sense of stillness. You can call it peace, but it's beyond that. It's beyond the mind. It's a felt experience. So to me, it's stillness. You can find it in meditation, in prayer, in walks in nature, and in this sacred space. So we're physicalizing the sense of stillness. So if you're just listening to the public, we asked you to set an intention, and we did so before the session started because it is a public session, and I want to keep people's identities private. But if you're listening to this now, please take a moment and set a quiet intention. The intention should be positive. It should be in the present tense, like it's already happening, and there should be feeling in it. What do you feel? Are you engaged in power? What is the end result of what you're asking for? Make it clear, make it concise, make it something that is like a mantra. And so take a moment to do that for yourself. And then we'll continue on with the session. So dropping down into your lower half, we're gonna start at the root chakra. Oh. Wow. You can tell that there is so much turmoil and pain. So I just did a brief clearing of the root chakra. Root chakra or chakras are energy centers that reflect what's going on in your life. Root is where a lot of survival fear is going on, and with the events in our culture and our world, especially here in America, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability, a lot of fear. So that can congregate in our root chakra. Our organs are not just flesh and bones. Our organs represent different aspects of our dimensionality. I was talking about this before we started. We're not just meat puppets, we are quantum biological symphonies. Our organs represent different aspects of the symphony, like different instruments create a whole. Our fascia is like a distribution factory. It's like a thumb drive of data that downloads, attunes, receives, distributes of liquid light, of information. Brain cells, each cell is a universe in and of itself. The mitochondria is pliable. Our DNA is crystalline and expanding to become so much more of a vibratory nature. I could go on and on and on about our energetic anatomy. But for now, just know you are so much more than this organic, fear-laden, conditioned human. You are a divine being of infinite potential. And we're all in this place of transformation. We're in a liminal space. Liminal space is called the betwixt and the between, where things are breaking down. It's like when we're renovating our kitchen, right? We really need the kitchen, but we're tearing it down and tearing it apart. So for a period of time, while it's in construction, we're breaking down the old and the new hasn't been built yet. Pretty uncomfortable. And that's right where we are as a society. Can't deny it because it's happening in real time. And so what do we do as architects of our own life? Well, we keep that blueprint in mind and we don't dwell on the failures and mistakes and delays. We trust in the architect of our blueprint. The architect of our blueprint isn't us. It is the divine. It is the us realizing we are the divine. Isn't that beautiful? And so the more we can trust, in that inner divinity, that inner compass, that North Star to lead us through this deconstruction phase, the more we become co-creators of visions of harmony, they call it a new earth, but it isn't really. It's the same old earth. It's just changing and evolving. It's an evolving earth that's remembering what it once was, pre-human history, recorded history, I should say. Because for 98% of human history, well, herstory, we've lived an animated, related life. in relationship to everything and everyone. It's only in the last couple thousand years where we've gotten lost and drifted into this separation, into this duality, into this control and power structures, right? And they're all breaking down. And the way they're breaking down is not pleasant because they're not pleasant characteristics. It's like we're ripping down that stove and we look inside the stove and oh my gosh, what blew up in there, right? Did molasses bubble over or that pie? It's all just caked on and it's going to take forever to clean that sucker. And we don't have any of that instant spray. Ah, but maybe we do. Let's find out together. Okay, when you hear me talking like that, it's because they're still clearing. So we are clearing a lot of old pain and a lot of current pain from the root chakra. And so what I'm going to do for those of you who are new, I'm going to put in these self-clearing crystals because a root chakra again represents what's going on in our world. And a root chakra is how we stabilize ourselves, but yet there's a lot of survival fear from past lifetimes, from our genetics, from what's happening in the world today that is affecting how we stabilize and how we connect. There we go. And these self-clearing crystals are going to act like a one-sided vacuum to pull out, continue to pull out any debris, any toxicity, any dense energy that no longer serves us. There we go. I've done this in other universal groundings, but this is for people who, and if, and who doesn't always need updated. I'll take more and more of these self-clearing crystals because I can honestly tell you, it's not going to get better anytime soon in the whole scheme of the human breakdown of society. But we will get better. We'll get better in how we handle ourselves and how we frame what's going on, in how we find our own inner compass. That's the call right now. That is the call for all of us. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now that the root chakra is more clear, we put in self-cleansing crystals. We're going to descend down our root chakra, past our feet, into the ground beneath your feet, into the sub-basement, the top layers of the soil, stretching down into the very layers of granite, of water tables, shale, to the very molten core of the earth. And there's the heart of Gaia. There she is. She's smiling. Gaia is a dimensional being. So plugging into her could be like plugging in an umbilical cord to mother. Why? Our bodies are Gaian beings. We've lived some thousands of lives on this Mother Earth. She is literally our physical body's mother. We have Goddess Mother, we have Mother Earth, and Trinity Essence, which is what we're using as a vehicle for remembering and awaking and evolving. Trinity Essence marries all three together. In its intention is to bring your awareness into the earth body as a spirit so that they all remember they're one. Isn't that beautiful? And so here at the center of the earth, we're being welcomed by the Divine Mother. And we're going to clear a little bit of little bit of fear. And the only reason there's a fear of connecting to Earth is because when we disconnected from her thousands, remember, this is dimensional healing. We are not just working on this earth plane of your physical life and human in its interface with human consciousness. We are working on your dimensionality, the many, many past lives, and your ancestral DNA, the history, the stories, the memories of your relatives and ancestors. And so there were lifetimes where when you were connected to the earth, there was a harsh disconnect, and that memory is still there. And so as we connect to the center of the earth, we were clearing some of that old fear, an ancient fear that had a bad exit. There we go. And so allow Mother Earth to feed you like an umbilical cord, provides nutrients. So universal grounding, I'm just going to practice a little listening to see what the theme is. So you're being welcomed home. And I get the sense that it's deepening your sense of home within yourself. A lot of you were talking about authenticity in your intentions, or even feeling safe in your physical homes. But can you imagine if you felt safe within your own body? It wouldn't matter where you lived or what that place looked like. If you felt safe within your spirit, within your soul, within your physical body, within the earth plane, sense of home would translate to anywhere you were. So this session is deepening sense of home within. Within the unified field. And this unified field is made up of divine intelligence. It's made up of earth intelligence. Its wholeness is that it holds all of it. Human intelligence. And intelligence doesn't mean the book smarts. Intelligence means um, it has a consciousness. It has its own awareness. Its own awareness of being its own individual expression, but also part of the whole. So unified field is universal. And I'm going to use a term, consciousness. Consciousness is what everything is made out of when it's manifested into form. We have human consciousness again that expresses itself in terms of how it relates to being human, whether it's conditioned or unconditioned, or in a place of transforming, or in a place of evolution or awakening. We have divine intelligence. Divine intelligence has its different expressions too. You can have the Mother Mary, which has certain qualities that expresses itself as love and divine. You have Jesus that expresses itself with compassion, with transformation. You have angels. You have different expressions of divine intelligence that give you qualities. You have Earth's intelligence. Earth intelligence is ancient and expresses itself through sacred geometry, through um, shamanistic principles of interconnectivity and symbiosis. And so, do you see how deepening your sense of home is a universal field of awareness? And why it's needed right now? Because we were talking about these intentions and how we want our physical homes to be a certain way. And if we felt safe and secure within ourselves, it wouldn't matter what we were asking for, it wouldn't matter what we were doing, that would translate to everything we desired and everything we wanted. So, what a beautiful gift from this this year universal anniversary is to feel at home in your body, in your spirit, on the earth. So this is several phases. So the first phase is dimensional structures. And by the time I told you what they are, they'd already be done. And these structures are just about dimensional preparation. You know, because you are connected to everyone and everything, we have this intention. The intention is to be welcomed home within yourself and everything that implies. And so these structures are going to help carry that out. One I like talking about, it's called GPS structures. It does exactly that. We give it an intention and it lays out the map. Beautiful. You can almost feel them landing, and your system settling down a little bit because it's got an instruction, right? It's got a plan. And remember, a divine plan is not an event, it's not a place, it's a state of being, it's a state of consciousness. And the next thing we're going to do is build a framework for the intention to quantumly physicalize itself in your biology and also in your energy system. And so we're going to start from the center of the earth and pull it all the way up to your crown. And it's going to do whatever it needs to tweak, rewire, rewrite, align, attune your fascia, your cells, your nervous system, your heart, your brain, your physical organs. And as we pull it up the body, it automatically does all these things simultaneously in the right order according to what you need. So we're going to start with the center of the earth. And coming up into your feet, again into the trillions of cells, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs. We're going to pause at the root chakra and the pelvis. There we go. It's coming into your perineum, your genitals, your anus, your colon, and up into your core and all your organs, your bladder, your lower intestine, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys. And it's following up the spine. Whew. Energetic spine, physical spine, vagus nerve. Into the fascia again, your uh, liquid light of quantum information. Into the spleen, pancreas, gallbladder. Ooh. And up into the rib cage, again following the spine, into your sternum, lungs, physical heart. Physical heart is electromagnetic um, uh, radiator. There's a toroidal field it creates. If you've ever followed heart math, this toroidal field is like it's more than a supercomputer. It's a field of resonance that builds coherence. As both a tuner and a receiver. There we go. Coming into your higher heart, spiritual heart, and the thymus. Your shoulder blades, shoulders, down each of your arms, elbows, forearms, hands, palms, fingers. And back up your neck, into your face, skull, brain, different aspects of the brain, especially the neural pathways, lighting up the synapses, going into the executive function, and of course your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, throat, jaw, teeth. Ooh, beautiful. And now stretching all the way up. This is the um, third part of the phase. Ooh. We're stretching all the way up into space, through the stars, past the moon, past the sun, into the galaxy, past the next sun and next galaxy, next sun and next galaxy, into the central sun. We're connecting with this pure, radiant light. It's a clear light. It's effervescent. It's liquid light. It's filled with sacred geometry. It's filled with the circuitry needed to turn on this intention. So these are, this is a light code activation that acts like the circuitry for the framework that we just built. Coming into the brain and it's like a light, effervescent energy. There we go. Now it's coming into the brain. Took a while to come down. Whew, we feel a little lightheaded. Again, rewiring, rewriting, but this is more about the circuitry, adding the chipboards, think of it, or the light switches to flip it on. Bring down the neck. Into the throat and thyroid, shoulders, down each of the arms, elbows, hands, palms, fingers. Back up into the clavicle and higher heart, spiritual heart. And down into the chest, physical heart, following the energetic spine and the physical spine and the vagus nerve. There we go. And down into the lungs, rib cage, core, and all your organs. Each of your organs, again, has a specific vibrational purpose. Liver is like a filter. It is a memory converter. Your bones become more quartz-like, crystalline. Your skin becomes more fractal. Oof. Coming into your stomach, digestive system, and down into your pelvic area, your uterus, your genitals, your bladder. There we go. Again, following the vagus nerve down into your legs, knees, calves, feet, and connecting to the center of the earth. And now we're going to take some time integrating. Integration is such a necessary part of any kind of dimensional shifting. Because it's how your body catches on to the shifts and changes that we did. Because the cells, trillions of cells, just got a different set of instructions. They're kind of like going, hey, what the heck? And so integration is, again, everything's intentional, is a purposeful reset, a catch up. So we're integrating in all space, all time, all realities, all dimensions, all realms, all fields, interdimensionally, dimensionally catching up, physicalizing. There we go. And you can feel like things settling. And you can even have some nice releases or nice shifts within the integration process too, as maybe the brain catches on, the nervous system relaxes. So we're going to integrate and catch up the brain and the nervous system, the different aspects of the brain, the amygdala, the pineal, the prefrontal cortex. and the nervous system and the vagus nerve. Integrating the chakras and the energy bodies. Yeah. Can you feel that sense of home deepening? And just how important it is? Because separation consciousness, this human condition that we've lived in for thousands of years, says, no, I'm fear, I'm unsafe, I'm protected, I've been traumatized. Anything that you say after I am is a human condition. It's a concept, everything, including your idea of what spirituality is. Spirituality is no thing, but yet it's everything all at once. It's a state of consciousness that completely lives this awareness. And so, when we transform and clear and transmute the baggage of duality, of illusion, of separation consciousness, of this human condition, then the natural state of being, and we call this your authentic self, your true nature, starts to awaken, arise. And then there's an adjustment period, which we're entering into as well, because your adjustment periods as well. How do I live with this new awareness? And that is the adjustment. That is the realization. That is the gifts. That is the wisdom. That is the acceptance, the understanding. There's so many qualities that come with the awakening process. And one of those is feeling at home within your body, at home within your spirit, at home on the earth. I can't think of a better 1-year anniversary gift than feeling home, sensing home, growing that sense of home, evolving, awakening that sense of home within. Because if you're still awake right now and you're aware, or you're listening to the replay, do a little exercise. Name the qualities of home. And if you're being really honest and not caught up in human conditioning, you'll list that home is a place where you're loved, where you're always welcome, where you're safe, where you're protected, where you sleep in such a relaxed place, where you um, entertain yourself, where you laugh with your loved ones. Imagine feeling that sense of home wherever you are, within your own body, and within this greater universal realization that your home is everywhere. Isn't that beautiful? Integrating the organs and the pathways. Integrating the cellular consciousness, cellular function. Integrating the genetics and the karmic body and the body mind. Beautiful. Integrating the life field, the intelligence system. And integrating the luminous egg, your entire energy system, and all of consciousness. Beautiful. Bringing a little Deve therapy in. Deve therapy is the quantum therapist. There we go. Goes into the psyche, the mental body, emotional body, all the way back in the genetics. And now we're going to do something that others call quantum jumping. Something we've been doing for a very long time, where we're going into the universal timelines and rifting them. We're like, rifting means flicking through the pages. We are in a sacred space where past, present, and future are all there, easily accessible. So we're going to select more than likely a future self, but definitely an alternative version of you that has already mastered this state of being home, home in your body, home in the earth, home in the universe, home within. We just say home within because home within implies it all, the wholeness of it all. And you've already mastered it. You've transformed every issue related to it, and you're living it. You're embodying it. So you're going to hear me breathe as this version of you comes in. Beautiful. And what it brings forward is this evolutionary blueprint because we've evolved you already. And it acts as an overlay, a roadmap for you to follow. It's already mastered. This expression of being home within. It's an lived experience already that is a architectural blueprint for you to follow. I don't know if you can sense it, but it's very self-assured, very confident, yet free. Is also expressive. Because home within means different things to different people. If you're an artist, home within means you are free and channeling and effervescent and effulgent and fluid. If you're an academic, you're studied, you're knowledgeable, you're self-assured and confident. All the qualities. Remember, list the ideal qualities, the best qualities of your home. And now apply it as a home within. That's the blueprint that just came in. The alternate version of you that's gained all the wisdom from going through this process. So there's a form of self-acceptance that looks at your body, looks at your spirit, looks at your life, and is just accepting, just as I love me exactly the way I am. Because that's what home is, right? You're unconditionally loved. You're accepted just as you are. And you're relaxed. Beautiful. Put in some awakening structures to support the dimensional intention. And some diamond light crystals that do the same thing. They're energetic sparks that follow the intention of being at home within, and they go into all your organs and systems like little letters, like little memos. Psst, hey, stomach, did you get the memo? You are embodying home within. You are free. You are accepted. You are loved. You're safe, right? Your home is your safe haven. So do you see how setting intentions, those of you who are on the call, see how setting intentions really drives where the session is going? It was an answer to a prayer. And even those of you who didn't necessarily have this exact, literal, I want my home to be an ideal place. Those of you who ask for authenticity, you can't be more authentic than feeling at home within yourself. See how your prayers are answered? And so the final thing we're going to do is just bring in divine love. We're going to bring in this unconditional love that amplifies, strengthens all the shifts we did, and builds coherence in the space of home within. You're going to have to let me know how this works for you. And this is something you can play again. Why? Because everybody carries different emotional conditioning that this may need a little bit of time, and you replay it, and you'll get a little bit more movement because maybe your sense of home growing up wasn't ideal, and so this needs to be repeated to keep deepening that sense of embodied home within. So the replay will be online. Give it a few days. Beautiful. The sun is setting here. Gorgeous colors. Sense of home within has all the beauty of nature painted within you. And it also has the pain. So home within doesn't come with conditions. Unconditional love says, whatever you are, you're accepted. You're accepted in your need for rest. You're accepted in your trauma restoration. You're accepted as you fail and make mistakes, because that's how you learn. You're accepted just as you are. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that amazing? So divine love is the universal language that reminds you wherever you go, you speak the same language of love. And that too is a quality of being at home within your body, within your the earth itself, within your spirit, and this spirit which translates to this great unified field, interconnected with everyone and everything. And this is my prayer, my intention, because this is earthwork. Whatever we do here immediately radiates out into the morphogenetic field, so it's accessible to everyone on the planet. What an incredible gift you just gave. The sense of home for anyone who has this quiet yearning. They can download this, and it's right there. Maybe they're in prayer, or maybe they're out walking in nature and like they don't feel a sense of belonging, and this just comes in. You did that. Because the morphogenetic field has uploads and downloads, because it's a part of everything. And everything is a part of it. Beautiful. Angel Jophiel coming in with a special hug of love. That's it. She's just giving you a hug of love, because she's within you right now, and she is that smile of home. Angels within us are home. Angels will work with human beings because they are a slice of the divine that we're used to. So she's just smiling even deeper and wider. And that smile is radiating within you as a reminder that you are home, even with an angel inside you. Beautiful. Thank you, Angel Jophiel. And we also end with Sanskrit mantra that literally translates into, may we be led from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May there be freedom and peace on earth, and may we be conduits. Om Asasoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Yircharma Tramgamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guryo Namaha. Hari Om. Peace, peace, peace. May the sense of growing love within, this unconditional love that points you home, may it continue to deepen, become embodied as a lived expression, and grow the peace within. Taking a deep breath, bring you up and out of the space of grace and surrounding you with gratitude. Gratitude for our time together, gratitude for the amount of help we had here today, gratitude for the year-long process of these universal grounding and all the support it's received over every single month and every single person who's joined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bowing my head in gratitude and love, it is done. It is complete. So it is, so it is, so it is. Until next time, be blessed.